Welcome back to the show, everybody. $1 trillion plus cryptocurrency market cap. It's a historic day for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and XRP. It's up over 50% in 24 hours. We got a lot to discuss. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. All right, so let's get into this because, woo-wee, is it something going on? You know what? You never would have thought it this way, would you? You know, at a time when there's just so many lawsuits flying around in crypto, like Tic Tacs and New Year's party favors, cryptocurrency crosses $1 trillion for a market cap. Take a look at that right there. What a sight that is. This is a historic moment for the cryptocurrency space. We've never been to $1 trillion market cap collectively, and now we are, and I don't think we're going to see it return the other way. Now, I've been making the point about this, that this is not retail money, this is institutional money. Well, keep that thought in mind, because as we move through this material, I want to get to a place where we talk about XRP, and let's do that right now. So XRP up 50+% right now at 34 cents. Whew. Ooh, and 57% gains on the 7-day. XRP, oh my goodness, and Bitcoin, 38,000 plus right now. I mean, we're going to see 40,000 pretty soon, it looks like to me. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but let's understand this for Bitcoin. And you know what? Hats off to them, because it was the first one through the door with the technology to show the world what was possible. Now, you may or not like Bitcoin, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm glad it's here, because without it, the whole space isn't here. And that to me is a pretty amazing thing. So for all the trouble it's got in front of it, let's enjoy it for Bitcoin and everybody holding right now. Bitcoin is now among top 10 most valuable global assets on the planet. That to me is exciting. You cannot turn a blind eye to that one. So this is pretty incredible to me. So, all right, looking at this here, let's look here. We see we've crossed $1 trillion thanks to James Rule XRP, who was the one who sent it to me when it first crossed late yesterday. Now, let's take a look at this, because my gosh, it's Thursday already. It just dawned on me. I'm like, wow, I can't believe that. Okay, the week just goes by. It's so quick. It's unbelievable. I love following this space. All right, this is from Kim.com, and I want to bring out the point that Kim is making here. Total crypto market cap reached $1 trillion today, and it took 10 years. $3 trillion by the end of 2021. I think Kim.com just laid it down exactly what you're going to see. You're going to see the money pour in here so fast and so furious, you're going to wonder where it's been hiding all these years. That is absolutely what I believe is getting ready to happen. Now, that is pretty exciting. Now, look, before we go on any further, let's understand this. Let me close this here from Michael Val 5 Links, who's amazing. You know what that means. Bitcoin price could be in for a longer rally than anticipated, as most of the supply is held and not changing hands. There is a scarcity issue developing very rapidly for Bitcoin, because new data released shows that almost 80% of Bitcoin in circulation is held, not available for trade or sale. How about that one? You might want to remember that aspect, right? Okay, now here we just see, a reminder. This is a reminder for me to Hyundai subsidiary partners with Ripple Customer Access Bank to launch digital financial solutions. I just shared this because I want people to understand everything is still in motion. Is there a lawsuit between the SEC and Ripple? You bet there is. But you know what? We have to revisit the price and the 50% movement in XRP and why that might be happening. Because I think everything is still well in motion with Ripple and XRP, and I think the people who intend to bring the volume and the utility to the network are more aware of it than anyone else in the world. and they continue to march forward, and that's just as fine an example as any. Looking here, we see the OCC gave the green light for national banks to run nodes and stablecoin networks. That was the 5th or the 4th we got that. And guess what? We got a new issuance from Brian Brooks yesterday. Acting Comptroller of Currency issues statement on the CFPB task force study regarding federal fintech charters. Now, what he says in here is that he basically agrees exactly with what the CFPB findings were. And he's telling them that basically, I concur. This is what the answer they came up with is I agree with, and they should do it. He says, we absolutely at the OCC agree with that conclusion. That's basically what he said. And when you go through that, this is the report that I've been telling everybody, or the amendment and the effective rule that went into place July 20th or July 21st, 2020, just 6 months ago. And if we look here on page 38, it tells you clearly that Swift GPI tracking product, which increases the amount of upfront information available to sending institutions, and expansion of major payment card networks. And then it comes here and talks about fintech, non-bank remittance transfers, and also says that, companies with virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payment messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as a proprietary virtual currency, not a security, but a virtual currency, XRP, which can be used to effect settlement of those transfers. The OCC is telling you they agree, we absolutely agree with that conclusion. Yeah. Then you come to this flat out fact right here. XRP is faster, less costly, and more scalable than any other digital asset, making it the ideal instrument in bridging two different currencies quickly and efficiently. This solution can also support the direct exchange of CBDCs. That's the basic goal. That's the goal, right? To be a bridge currency to all the money. Well, then let's talk about this for a second. Now, they're setting up trading halts, right? We're up 50% on the price in 24 hours. The lawsuit knocked us back 65+% on the price. Overnight, we have recovered 50% of that loss. Now, this can only mean one of a couple things, isn't it? Let's take a look at this. What am I getting at? One, are we close to a settlement? Because the secondary markets that you and I buy off of, especially here in the United States, are either delisting, have delisted, or a trading halt, or they're getting ready to do a trading halt in a couple days. So I think from that, we can really understand that retail is not moving the needle 51% in value in 24 hours. I think we could take that notion off the table. So this has to be institutional market makers moving the price. And why would they be moving the price? Are they moving the price in the form of the first beginnings of what Shane Ellis theory is, of buying up what is available in circulation off of the secondary market, moving and buying out the buy and sell walls from 20 some cents now up to 34 cents? And why would they be doing that? If they were doing that, might it mean that we're looking down the barrel of a settlement with Ripple and the SEC and some market makers can feel it? Or is it just that market makers understand that however this goes, we're going to come out of this with a settlement and the clarity that allows us to move forward? That, I believe, is absolutely going to happen. Now, whatever they call it, I don't believe it's going to hinder the intended use of what XRP is for. You can call it whatever you want. So I have to wonder, where does this movement come from and what really motivates the movement? And I don't know, but I mean, a part of me has to believe that, we're seeing some of these obviously buy and sell orders be bought out because now the price is up 50+% in 24 hours. Are we seeing? I just showed this yesterday. Buying out the order books. Is that what we're beginning to see by market makers? Remember this key point here as we close. This is a global decentralized asset. The trading halts and delistings and the things of that nature are primarily happening here in the United States. This is a global asset. The rest of the world, and we know that 95% of the customer base for Ripple is outside the U.S. So market makers that are outside of the U.S. could easily be turning into the secondary markets and begin buying up what is available. And if they do it in a measured way and it doesn't show right away in such, that's 50% is a huge move, by the way. But, if they do it in a measured way, you could continue to buy at a relatively low price for a while before people actually catch on to what's happening. And other market makers finally catch on to what's happening. And then you can imagine what would happen if this is the case. And I'm speculating, but if this is the case and we are near a settlement and market makers are beginning to execute in this manner, because why the market makers? Well, because remittance market makers and just market makers in general, you have to understand they need to use this asset every day. That's the intention. And if I need to use this to settle transactions every day, then buying as much as I can today is the smartest move because it'll never be the same price again tomorrow, at least for a while. So there's your incentive if this is what's happening. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But this to me is, I'm excited just because of the fact that I know that retail is not moved the XRP price 50% overnight. You couldn't convince me that for all the tea in China. And if you can, I'll certainly make the video that says you did. But to me, I have to ask the question before we leave here. Are we close to a settlement? Because this kind of motion in 24 hours, knowing that we've got lawsuits from investors and the SEC and people suing Coinbase over the fact that they sold XRP to them. And now we have investors of XRP suing the SEC. It's a round table of lawsuits going around. And one thing I'm sure of in my mind is that this is not moving the needle with retail speculative buying. Something else is taking place here, and I think we should all maybe just consider these ideas and suggestions to speculate on, because I can't think of what else would move the needle other than institutions and market makers coming in here. And maybe it means we're closer to a settlement than we think. That's where I'm going to leave it on this day. Leave a comment below. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and share with somebody you know. Check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. And by the way, there is a link to Lunch and Learn. And if you haven't checked it out, and let me actually just pull that up for you very quickly here, because it is just an outstanding community, and it's an outstanding company, and you guys should absolutely be a part of it and sign up and make sure you come into all of those events that they have. But here, you can follow them on Twitter. Let me just open this up for you right here so you can see it. Here it is right here. And you can follow them. And this is going to be a really good one. So I would suggest that you come here and check it out. Here it is. It is going to be, let me see here what day this is. I believe it's the 14th. But let me check this right here and hit the register on this so you can see when it is. Because I'm telling you, to be around these people that are in this space, investing heavily and making this happen, it's really exciting. So January 20th it is. Link 2's Lunch and Learn, Future of Blockchain 2021 and Beyond. Make sure you're there. It's going to be a great event. They always are. And I'll catch all of you on the next one.